All right, how's it going? We're back here at the Team O'Neill Rally School. We're just gonna do something pretty basic today that is a little trickier maybe than some people might realize. How to do a burnout. And we're not talking about how to spin the tires and take off. Anybody can do that. It's when you're trying to sit here spinning the tires, or to move very slowly while you're spinning the tires, or to even decelerate while you're spinning the tires to a stop, or things like that. It's a little bit tricky. We're gonna do it two different ways. We're gonna talk about doing it heel and toe, and we're gonna talk about using left foot braking. Those are really your two options unless you install a line lock in your car or something like that. So let's just hop in and I'll show you real quick. Hopefully through the magical powers of editing, my little foot camera might show up right now. And obviously if you've got traction control, ABS stability control, that sort of thing, you're gonna wanna get rid of that. However it is that you're gonna do that in your car. I'm gonna put my seat belts on even though we're not really even gonna be hardly moving for this. But the goal, I'm gonna show you once just with the foot camera here. You're gonna clutch in, put it in first gear, and you can see I'm holding my right foot on the brake. And then what you need to do is bring up the RPM so that when you dump the clutch, your right foot is holding the brake and applying power at the same time. They call it heel toe. Some people are more comfortable with their toe on the brake pedal and their heel on the gas, kind of like I'm doing now. Your car or your feet might work better, this way, or for me, I've got kind of fat feet, so I roll my ankle. It doesn't really matter, whatever is comfortable for you. But find a slippery place because it's easier to do it and to learn, do it in the snow and then the gravel and then on pavement if you've got enough power to even do it on pavement. But basically it's gonna look a little something like this. Clutch is in first gear, my right foot's on the brake. I'm gonna start mixing the throttle till I get up to, 3,000 or 4,000 RPM, and I'm gonna dump the clutch. And what you'll see is I'm gonna hold the brake pedal and the throttle with my right foot. And so that's how you can sit there and do a burnout until, in this case, we dig our tires down into the earth, or you smolder your tires off on pavement or something else. So I'm just gonna move out of my little hole I made so I don't get a little further. So you can see we didn't even really move there and the tires would be smoking and everybody's happy for whatever reason you might be doing a burnout. The second way to do it is left foot braking. And all you're gonna do to do that is rev the engine to about the same, in this car it's 3,000 or 4,000 RPM. Dump the clutch and get your left foot over to the brake and get onto that brake quick. Two things are gonna happen here. One, the car's gonna move forward a few feet at least. It's just gonna take you that long to get there. The other thing that's gonna happen is those tires are gonna start spinning, and if you really stab the brake pedal, when that brake force is applied, that's where you can break a differential or an axle or something, or a U-joint or whatever. It's a little harder on equipment, especially if you do it on pavement. If you're on snow or gravel, it's not so bad. But let's give that a try just so you can see what my feet are doing to make that one work out. Again, rev the engine, dump the clutch and left foot brake quickly. Make sure there's nothing right in front of the car, but you should be able to do this within, hopefully the car's only gonna move a few feet. If I'm quick, we're gonna find out. Rev the engine. And you see when the car started sinking down in, I eased off the brake and that's how we moved. And that's how you're gonna do kind of the rolling burnouts, or while you're doing a burnout, you can stop the car and start moving and stop the car and start moving. I'll show you real quick is the same thing, just easing on and off the brake while you're using your right foot to modulate the throttle. So I can stop the car and start the car and stop the car and start the car and stop the car and start the car just by modulating that brake pressure with my left foot. So yeah, hopefully that one keeps you, out of the crowds at the car shows and that kind of thing, and hopefully shines a little light on how that works. I don't think it's even worth saying that it's a little hard on equipment. It's hard on tires, it's hard on the driveline a little, it's hard on, the rear brakes, like as if you don't have a line lock. the rear brakes are on while the tires are spinning, so you wouldn't want to do it for an eternity. But if you're out there doing burnouts, you're probably not so worried about getting 300,000 miles out of your car. It's probably not your thing. So hope you enjoyed. That's going to lead us into doing some donuts and some other stuff, but that's the real basics. Heel and toe doing burnouts, left foot braking doing burnouts. We'll build on that in the next couple of videos. If you got any questions or sort of suggestions, add them in the comments. If you like this sort of stuff, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you would. And yeah, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.